Good morning, everybody and anybody. That's right, standing on the foot pegs of your adventure bike is illegal in many, many states. I actually just learned this because I got pulled over for it. That's right, I got pulled over for standing up on the pegs going down a road, speed limit 25 miles per hour. In Montana, it's number, 06-1-359. We'll see how my memory is on that. But it basically just says that you have to be seated. You can operate a motorcycle only if seated. So it doesn't actually say that you can't stand up on the pegs. And it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to say that. So it doesn't. But I was going down the road. I was not speeding. I wasn't doing anything. I was standing up like this, just stretching my legs, getting a little bit of practice in of just, getting used to standing up and everything. And this officer pulls me over, and he says, the reason why I pulled you over today is because you're standing up on your motorcycle. And I was like, okay. Why is this a problem? I didn't know it was a problem. The thing that was kind of annoying was he tells me that standing on the pegs makes the bike more unstable. And I argued with him just a tiny little bit. I felt I wouldn't actually push my luck too much because he was just going to give me a warning. So I didn't want to start arguing just to prove that I was right or whatever. But it was annoying that it's like, it makes the bike more unstable. And I was like, actually, it lowers your center of gravity and makes the bike more stable, but okay. I mean, usually we're standing up on the pegs when we go off-road and stuff to make the bike more stable, but I don't see how that's an actual issue when you're driving through town on a really, driving through town on, slower traffic and stuff, or on a road where there's nobody around. Anyway, me and that officer kind of argued about a couple different things, but I decided I would just, let it go as far as the bike being unstable because you're standing up on it. But in doing some research, you get on the forums and as well as just looking up, legal stuff. I guess there was a guy in Florida that actually lost his bike and paid I didn't see that in time. Actually lost his bike and was fined like $1,100. Oh no. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. It was too good to be true. Too good. But I thought it was interesting. It was something that I didn't know anything about. Yeah, so I was going to try to sneak past there to see if it got better, but it actually gets worse. We're not going to do that. We'll have to come back to that. So if you're going across country and you're actually fatigued, going long distance, and you need to stand up while you're going through a low speed limit or something, gets down to 45, 35 miles per hour, and you want to stand up and stretch your legs, you're going to have to do so against the law. There is an exception, at least in some of the cases that I saw, where the person was able to quote from some kind of handbook, probably just like the motorcycle instruction and endorsement type stuff, where it actually recommends that you stand up on the pegs as you go over something that's hazardous. But if you ask me, that kind of backs up the whole argument that it's not going to make the bike less stable, if that's what's the issue. Because if the road's getting hazardous in front of you and the suggestion is to stand on the pegs to make the bike more unstable, that doesn't seem to work, does it? I mean, that seems to me like it kind of backs up the argument there. But so in certain circumstances, it sounds like you could definitely maybe stand up over the pegs when you're going over some railroad tracks if you need to, or if there is a hazard where there's something that's bumpy. I could see a person having a fairly good argument for that. Standing up on the pegs, just going down the highway. Don't know how well a person could put together an argument. I mean, you could obviously argue that it doesn't make the bike more unstable, but whether it was necessary for your riding at the time, I don't know. You know, we don't have to play out every scenario. I just thought it was kind of interesting to know that riding on the foot pegs most of the time is illegal. I wouldn't do it in heavy traffic, you know, like on the freeway. There's no point. Plus, if if everything just stops all of a sudden, I think your risk of going over the handlebars is higher. Slow traffic, I could see standing up to maybe look over the car in front of you. I think it makes a person more visible because they're much bigger. But apparently in Florida, it's actually considered to be stunting, from what my wife and I gathered from that. Mostly her. Because I told her I got pulled over for standing up on the pegs, and she was like, seriously? And so then she had to do all the research to figure out, you know, is that illegal? Is that not illegal? All that stuff. So tell me what you think, though, you know? You think that should be illegal? Stand up on the foot pegs? What kind of guidelines do you think a person could lay down for that? What would you say to an officer if they pulled you over for standing up on the pegs, just stretching your legs, or maybe it was just to do some practicing, new to the adventure style bike or something like that, and you just wanted to practice standing up. What do you think? You know, should that be illegal? So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.